Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Yes, we are talking about Nintendo Switch 2. You guys know I don't really cover too many leaks and rumors. This one seems legit though. We'll talk about, the different sources corroborating with each other. The Nintendo Switch 2 is set to be announced and revealed Thursday, January 16th, this week. A matter of days at the time of this recording. We will know officially, a lot of it is leaked already, but we will know officially about the Nintendo Switch 2. So let's kind of go over this. Where is this coming from? Why am I even reporting on it? You guys know, I don't really report on rumors. So this was first publicly mentioned by the Nate the Hate podcast. He is pretty reputable as a source. He's leaked some things before that have come true. I wouldn't say he has a 100% track record. But he was the first one to report it. We are on Eurogamer right now, which is a major news outlet. They are corroborating, and many other sources have corroborated as well, VGC. So that's kind of like your number one thing to kind of like, okay, this might be real. If one person is shouting something out from the void and no one is really commenting on it or backing them up, probably not real. But you have someone to give an exact date, which not many leakers or insiders do because it kind of puts their reputation on the line. But they are giving an exact date. And then you have all of these major news sources and insiders and different outlets all sort of saying, I've heard the same thing. So where there's smoke, there's fire. And I actually do think this is... I think it's very likely. I also think it's kind of weird too because we have Donkey Kong coming out, on the same day, right? Yeah. Donkey Kong Country Returns is coming out on the same day. And I've been on record in the past saying, well, why would they announce something like the Switch 2 on the same day? Because you got to think that all of the hype and everything surrounding Donkey Kong, yes, it's an old game, but Donkey Kong is still like a popular character. All of that hype is going to go away and everyone's going to be focusing on the Switch 2. Everyone's going to be covering the Switch 2 and Donkey Kong kind of just goes to the wayside, Maybe Nintendo doesn't really care about that release. It does kind of seem like a little fluff for the year, a little filler until we actually get some major things, but I digress. So I will say that's the only weird thing about this date is that it's happening on a major day for Nintendo. I don't know. It's a Donkey Kong game. It's going to sell well. So let's kind of read some different things. And actually, on the Nate the Hate podcast, he actually talks about some games that are possibly going to be shown now or coming to the Switch, not shown. So I want to just read this right here. We're on Eurogamer again. The report is saying, first look reportedly focused on hardware rather than the game lineup. So to me, this is probably just going to be something similar to what we got in 2016 or 2017, where they first showed off the Switch. Now, I don't really believe that no games will be shown here. A lot of people are saying like no games at all will be shown here. I really find it hard to believe because in every single promotional video that Nintendo has done about a console, there has been at least a game playing in the background, right? Like there's been a game on the screen playing. And I don't know. And I'm just putting two and two together here. If you're showing off a brand new Nintendo system, why would you show off a Switch 1 game? You know what I'm saying? Like they already have a problem with trying to present this to consumers like, yeah, this is the next system. You have to buy this next system to play our new games. Why would you then show old Switch games on the Switch 2? So I actually think that this reveal is going to be much more than hardware. I think we're going to get first looks at games coming to the Switch 2, which is very exciting. I don't think we're going to get an in-depth reveal of them, but it will definitely, set up the groundwork for what Nintendo has planned in Nintendo Directs and things like that. So if you go back to the first trailer of the Switch, that's when they showed off Skyrim, which, that was an old game even by that standards, but that was kind of cool to see like a big third-party game. I'm guessing that the Switch 2 is going to have something similar, something along those lines, whether it's an Elden Ring or a Red Dead Redemption 2, an Assassin's Creed. They will definitely have a third-party game showcased. They actually also showed Breath of the Wild, which wasn't out at the time. So I think that they could maybe show like a 3D Mario or something. They also showed Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which, you know, we didn't know it was coming at the time, but, you know, you could see different features that were new. So we could possibly see like a Mario Kart 9 running on this thing. And yeah, maybe some other stuff. Metroid Prime 4, things that we know are happening. Maybe they go really safe and just give us Legend ZA and Metroid Prime 4 and maybe you know, like a Red Dead Redemption 2, something like that. So even though they are saying focused on hardware rather than game lineup, I think that's true. I think it's going to be a console overview, but I do think we are going to get glimpses of games, which is very exciting. Let's read what they say exactly. So they said, I can share with you that Nintendo Switch 2 will be revealed in the coming week. I have been told Switch 2 will be revealed on Thursday, January 16th, just a few days from now. Again, this is a Nintendo insider. You're not going to throw out dates and ruin your reputation if you're not sure. And we won't have to wait long. It's going to happen in a few days. I've heard that the reveal itself is going to be focused almost exclusively on the console itself. There's not going to be any presence of games. There could be a game shown running on the screen, which we just talked about, depending on how the trailer is put together, but software is not going to be a focus. I think we are going to see at least one new game that we don't know about running on this thing. And again, that kind of fits what they're saying too. It's going to be, you know, maybe running on the screen, depending on how the trailer is put together. Is it going to be a super modern, like iPhone-esque trailer where it's like the device is the star of the show? Or will we see the corny, like, you know, groups of people playing NBA at the basketball court? Like, are we going to see that level of cringe, or is it going to be very tech focused? I think we're going to see games. I think if you're showing the next console, you gotta show something. So we go further down here, and so they're doing a lot of speculating, and I don't want anyone to take this out of context, but they're talking about a new Mario Kart could be available at launch, followed by a 3D Mario. That is speculation. But they do go ahead and say a couple other things. So third-party releases will reportedly include the Final Fantasy VII remake. So these are actual like reports now. This isn't. So you gotta understand, like, the Nate the Hate podcast is speculation, but it's also insider stuff, and the two kind of blend in sometimes, and people don't know the difference. This is insider stuff. So Final Fantasy VII remake. And then Ubisoft has a bunch of games coming out apparently for it, which makes a lot of sense. Ubisoft and Nintendo have always been partners, even in the bad times. Even on Wii U, we got Ubisoft games. So Assassin's Creed Mirage and Konami, which has been a big supporter too. The Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is interesting because that game isn't even out yet. So that would definitely be a good sign if we are getting new games at launch. Also, a lot of people are putting together the pieces here because some of the games, like Metal Gear Solid Delta, their trailers haven't shown a release date, which could give away the Switch 2 release date. Let me look further because there's something else I don't agree with. So I can't find the exact quote, but basically they went on to say that they think that the Switch 2 is going to be released in late May or June. That's another one I don't really buy. I actually do think that this console will release in April. I'm not really confident about March, but I don't know. Just the way things line up, I feel like Nintendo is much more of a company where they release something and they announce something and then they release it shortly after. If you're going to announce something in January and wait 6 months later, I don't know. It just doesn't seem very logical in terms of like hype and stuff like that. So what do I think about this? I think that the timing is definitely a little weird. I do believe this rumor now, January 16th. just because of how many outlets and sources are all corroborating on this and saying, yeah, this is what I heard Thursday, January 16th. I do think it's kind of weird that they're releasing it on the same day as Donkey Kong. I think that that game is going to suffer tremendously. Or who knows, maybe they show Donkey Kong in this reveal trailer running a little bit better. I don't know how they're going to, like, you know, orchestrate this trailer. So I do think the day is weird, but it kind of sets up something, you know, to go on later. So let's just say this is 100% legit, which it is looking that way. A lot of sources are, you know, saying, yeah, I've heard this. January 16th, they show it. I think that kind of sets it up for a full blowout reveal in like February, or maybe they have a Switch 2 focus direct where they go over all the features and maybe some of the launch games and stuff like that. Like, that's what we really want. This is kind of like the intro to this console. But this is going to start a lot of dominoes, okay? As soon as Nintendo officially reveals this thing, you are going to see game companies releasing trailers with the Switch 2 logo, and you're going to be seeing accessory manufacturers like really push their new accessories. You're going to just find out more and more and more. And it is going to be very interesting when we see it. I hope Nintendo gives all of us, you know, a little bit of a warning on when they're going to do this. So, you know, if it is the 16th, that's another thing I didn't even mention. If the 16th is the correct date, they will most likely be posting this Wednesday morning or Wednesday nights, letting us know, hey, make sure to tune in for the first reveal of Nintendo's next console. So at the time of this recording, we could possibly hear information on this within 24 to 48 hours. So, I mean, this video might not age well, or it might age well perfectly. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I will be streaming this. I'm hoping Nintendo makes a stream out of it, because I will be streaming this, my full reaction. If not, I will record my full reaction. Let me know in the comment section below what games you would like to see Nintendo show in this. Again, I know it's not about the games, but they are definitely going to be showing games running on this thing. There's no way. You can't have a promotional video with just like a blank screen. There's no way. So we will definitely see games. Let me know what games you want to see. Let me know what you think about this news. And I will see you very soon. Bye, everyone.